Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. How are y'all doing today? Just running a quick audio check to make sure everything's going all good. But I appreciate everybody tuning in today for the Alsco Uniforms 250 at Atlanta Motor Speedway here. We've only got a couple more races before the playoffs begin here in the Xfinity Series, but this is basically going to be a wild card racetrack, ladies and gents. This is the brand new Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is our second time going here, our first repeat track of the season for the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and it's a plate track, or well, the brand new plate track. So still, it's a bit different than the other two bigger plate tracks, Daytona and Talladega, but there's still quite a few similarities in terms of the racing. I would say it's a bit harder to make up track position on this racetrack. I feel like a track position is key a lot more here rather than the other super speedways. Passing seems to be a bit more difficult, but you can still make a lot more passes than probably at your typical racetrack. But yeah, I'd still say track position very key. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Drop a like and subscribe if you enjoy what you're seeing. We'll go through the running order here real quick to start things off. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Also, guys, we will not be having the camera up like we did last weekend. That got us taken down. So, yeah, here we'll go through the running order here, ladies and gents. I'll make a couple remarks about who my picks are to win, maybe. Hold on one second, ladies and gents. Oh, that was elegant. Anyways, then you have Ty Gibbs starts on pole, guys. Qualifying was rained out. So, yeah, this isn't really an indication of these cars' real pace. But anyways, it's Ty Gibbs, Josh Berry on your front row. Then Allmendinger, Jones on row 2. On row number 3 of Austin Hill, who won on Daytona earlier this year. He might be in the mix on another plate track. And then Gregson, also a pretty solid plate racer, rounding out row number 3. And row 4, Allgaier and Herbst. In row 5, Ryan Sieg and Sam Mayer. And then in row 6, Jeremy Clements and Alex LeBay. And in row 7, Anthony Alfredo. He's the first driver below the cut line looking in, but he's got a lot of points to make up to that cutoff line. The gap on that cutoff line is over 80 points. So he's got at least a couple races ahead of him before he can close in on that gap. So he'll have to hope for a solid run today, maybe have some luck on his side. And then in row 8, Sheldon Creed and Daniel Hemrick. Sheldon Creed also a driver below the cutoff line. He needs some things to go his way. And Daniel Hemrick has not been on a good run as of late. Then in row 9, Bailey Curry and Landon Castle. How will Landon Castle do? He just lost his primary sponsor for the season, most likely, or his primary sponsor declared bankruptcy, so that could definitely change some things up. And then behind them in row 10, Jeffrey Earnhardt, who was in the mix at Talladega. How will he do here at Atlanta? And then to his outside, Josh Williams. Then in row 11, you have Ryan Truex, who's making one of his starts in that 18 Joe Gibbs car. So that car will definitely be a contender. And then to his outside, Tyler Reddick. He's already got one win in that 48 machine. Can he go and get another win here at Atlanta? And then in row 12. Yeah, in row 12, my bad, guys. Had a brain fart there. Brett Moffitt and Brandon Brown. Brandon Brown and Brett Moffitt both basically in must-win situations to make it into the playoffs. Those guys will be hunting for a win here today on a plate track. Then you have Sage Karam and Myatt Snyder. Sage Karam has had a couple good runs this year. He had a good run here earlier at Atlanta earlier in the season, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the mix. Then you have Jesse Iwuji and David Starr in row 14. In row 15, Kyle Seagan, Mason Massey. In row 16, Joe Graff Jr. and Joey Gase. Row 17, Matt Mills and Cesar Baccarella. In row 18, J.J. Ailey and Ryan Vargas. And then rounding out your field on the final row, Natalie Decker making another start for MBM Motorsports. And then in the final spot, Brennan Poole for Mike Harmon Racing. So yeah, both the first two stages, 40 laps, and then that final stage, 83 laps. So the final stage is over half the race. The fuel window is about 70 to 75 laps. So if you were able to get a couple lucky cautions, you might be able to make it that entire final stage on one tank of gas if you were to pit at the end of the stage 2 break. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. I'll try and keep an update on the chat, guys. Oh, looks like Austin Hill having some radio issues right now, guys. These guys did not have qualifying or practice, so they didn't have any time to, maybe sort out some bugs that they possibly had. And we're seeing right now Austin Hill having a radio communications issue. Actually, they switched helmets, so maybe it's something with the helmet, not the actual radio. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll get more info for you guys on that. But Austin Hill, definitely somebody who would be in contention today, already having radio issues. And you need to be able to communicate with your spotter and crew chief on a super speedway. Eric, how you doing? Theo, you're saying Ty Gibbs is going to win? He's going to sweep Atlanta here? I don't know. I think it's definitely a possibility. I think it's anybody's race, guys. Ryan Sieg almost won here earlier this year. I think Ryan Sieg could definitely get it done. But I don't know. I think a lot of it's going to be avoiding the big one, ladies and gents. We're going to be getting the green flag here pretty soon. And I think a lot of it's just making it to the finish. Also, guys, I will not be live tomorrow. Or at least I will not be the one commentating. If you guys remember from 2 weeks ago for Nashville, if you're in the Nashville live stream and you met Braden, my co-commentator, he'll be commentating tomorrow. I'll be out of town, so he'll be the head commentator. So don't get too crazy on him. Oops, sorry about that. But yeah, no, this racetrack, it's a super speedway, but it races quite a bit different than Daytona or Talladega. I mean, yes, they're all still in a pack, but it's a lot narrower, so it's really only 2 grooves occasionally, or it's only 2 lanes, or occasionally 3 lanes. And because it's only 2 lanes, it's a lot harder to really, make up all those track spots. Like, you don't just, there's not like, lanes are coming and going nonstop. So you usually kind of get stuck in the spot where you're running. But also, the 2-car tandem is definitely a lot more of you can pull that off at Atlanta definitely a lot more than you can at the bigger tracks for maybe, the whole back straightaway and really gap the cars behind you. But we're going to be getting the green flag next time by the lights are out on the pace car. It's Ty Gibbs on the outside and his inside Josh Berry. Then in row 2, you've got Brandon Jones pushing his teammate Ty Gibbs, and then you got AJ Allmendinger pushing Josh Berry. I think they'll be pretty calm to start this one off, but you never know, guys. Remember at Daytona in 2021 when it was like the whole field went out on lap 10, so hopefully we don't have a repeat of that because then we had the boringest race to follow. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Drop a like and subscribe if you enjoy what you're seeing. Can we get up to 10 likes, guys? I would appreciate it. And now here they come off turn 4. To start the Alsco uniforms 250, Ty Gibbs leads them to green. 163 laps to complete here today. That outside line's formed up pretty good. Those 2 Toyotas working together, but they don't seem to have much help behind them. There's already a break in the pack. The top 10 have already kind of gapped the rest of the field. There must have been a breakup or a checkup on that restart that broke the field in half there, but still side by side for the lead down the back straightaway through 3 and 4. That outside with a bit of advantage. Some cars, though, sliding up the track. That outside line, you don't seem to have the same grip as the low line there. And it's Josh Berry who will lead lap number 1 over Ty Gibbs by just over 1/10 of a second. But now Josh Berry up the track. Now he's going to come down and block the run from the 16 down low. Wow. That track looks super slick, guys. It looks like it's really hard to get any traction. Yeah, no, it's like these guys are running in a pack right now, but it is so hard to run on that higher groove, guys. It is super slick. This is racing like normal Atlanta or a normal 1.5 miles right now. It's probably due to it's so much hotter now than it was back in the day. Oh, we've already got a caution, guys. The 34 of Jesse Iwuji has gotten into that outside wall. It looks like he should be okay. That's at the entrance to pit road. Oh, that left rear quarter panel pretty bent up, but he should be able to get that thing rolling. Not too much damage there. It looks like he's made decent contact with the outside wall from to the left rear. But he should be able to keep going. Not too much severe damage there for the 34 machine. The caution already coming out, though, here on lap 3. Yeah, he was running all the way back in the pack, and he just just got away from him. He got up the track into the wall, and then he blew the tire on the left rear, and that's actually what caused the damage, guys. So not actually any contact with the wall. It was the left rear going down that blew up and caused all the damage to the quarter panel. But either way, good job of him hanging on to that thing. I mean, that car still be salvageable. I mean, not that much damage. They're just going to do a quick change of tires, and we'll be going back racing again. But already, definitely a totally different style of racing than what we saw here in the spring. You cannot run side by side, like nose to nose. Yeah, on the outside line, you're like hanging on for dear life. Those cars keep sliding up the track. The best line is down low right now. Running side by side is a nightmare. I mean, these cars look like they're sliding all over the place. The track has got to be super slick. I mean, there's definitely no rubber laid into the track yet. I mean, all practice and qualifying was rained out. So, yeah, there's no rubber on this track, and it's also super hot down there in Atlanta. It's a summer Atlanta day. So, yeah, that track's probably well over 100 degrees in heat. So maybe as the sun starts to set and the day cools down a bit, maybe there'll start to be a bit more grip in the track, and maybe these guys will make some adjustments. But right now, yeah, it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to see a lot of side-by-side racing. Or at least not as much as your typical super speedway. Appreciate everybody tuning in, though, ladies and gents. Drop a like and subscribe if you enjoy what you're seeing. Already under caution here, though, today for Jesse Iwuji losing it on his own on that high side in 3 and 4, guys. I don't think this is a hot topic. I think it's very well known. I think Jesse Iwuji should not be in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. The guy has hardly, I don't know if he's ever even won anything really in his life. He does some local short track racing, and he's not even one of the best cars there. And now here he is in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and almost every time he's in the race, he just does a self-spin that ends up taking himself out, as well as a couple other cars. I mean, at Portland, he spun the leader under caution. I mean, I know there are some circumstances involved in that with all the rain coming down, but I mean, just that's I mean, he's putting the leader of the race in jeopardy. I mean, he's putting everybody else in jeopardy because he has no idea in terms of what he's doing out there. I mean, he's hardly even making that car, competitive or even running a decent lap time when you put somebody like Kyle Weatherman in the car and then it's able to run top 20. So I think he needs to at least go down to the Truck Series or ARCA and just get some more laps or get some more experience before he's allowed back up into the Xfinity Series. Which I don't really have anything against Jesse Iwuji. The guy's a good guy, but I mean, he is a terrible race car driver, at least right now. Yeah, so far, not too much passing there on that initial restart. Bailey Curry's made up quite a few spots, though. He's all the way up to 14th. He's having a solid run. I think this is going to be the day for the underdogs, man. If you can steal a win here on this super speedway and lock yourself into the playoffs, I mean, that changes everything. Like Jeremy Clements. Who else is down here? Brandon Brown. Myatt Snyder. Names like that. Sheldon Creed. These guys need a win here today. I mean, they still have about 8 or 9 races before the playoffs, but still, I mean, a win just locks you in. And there's a huge gap from the last driver in the playoffs to the first driver out. There's a 90-point cutoff line. So you're over a race behind the next guy ahead of you. So you need almost a miracle right now to point your way into the playoffs. But we're going to have to see how things go on this next run because, I mean, on that first restart, these guys could not run side by side for more than a lap. The track was just, I mean, they were sliding all over the place. It looked kind of like old Atlanta almost for a second. But here we are going to be getting restarted for the second time today. Josh Berry will be leading the field to green this time. He took that lead from Ty Gibbs on the first lap and hasn't let go of it since. And the green flag's going to be in the air as they come off of turn 4. Berry on the outside, Allmendinger on the inside. Through the Guy Car restart zone they go. They're racing again in Atlanta. That outside line seems to be fired up pretty good here. The 54 giving a good push to the back of the 8. All nose to tail through 1 and 2. The 16, though, gets a great push from Noah Gragson. Allmendinger might be able to clear Josh Berry down the back straightaway. That 9 car is locked to the bumper of the 16. He just can't quite clear Josh Berry. They're still side by side, though, through 3 and 4. Will the 16 be able to slide up? Whoa, the 9 really lost the grip there through 3 and 4. He's going to lose a ton of spots down low. Everybody's going by him on the outside. But Allmendinger's got the lead now. That's on so far through both restarts so far today. The inside line's been the line that has prevailed. That 9 car, though, still snapping loose in 1 and 2. He's losing more spots. He's all the way back to 6th place now, trying to settle in as they go down the back straightaway. He's got his teammate now to the inside of him. Yeah, and that in 3 and 4. 3 and 4 seems very treacherous right now, guys. I mean, these cars are sliding all over the place off corner exit. Also, Jesse Iwuji is back in this race after bringing out the last caution. He's just 2 laps down. You know, that inside line, I mean, well, both the inside and the outside in 3 and 4, it is just super loose. I mean, the track's so slick, there's no grip. I know, I saw that. That Xfinity race, I mean, that truck race at Mid-Ohio was amazing today. I was rooting for Parker. He's got it done. Yeah, your top 3 all running nose to tail, Allmendinger, Berry, and Gibbs. And then there's a pretty big gap back to Sam Mayer. But, yeah, these guys are not running side by side right now. It seems like it's just too hard to get a handle on these cars to run side by side and not take each other out of this race. Everybody trying to, like, kind of slip into their groove. And it's running a lot more like old Atlanta right now than it is like a super speedway. That's 10 laps complete here in stage 1. 30 to go till the end of the first stage here at Atlanta. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Drop a like and subscribe if you enjoy what you're seeing. Out front, though, AJ Allmendinger still leaves over Josh Berry and Ty Gibbs, and they're pulling away from the rest of the pack. Sam Mayer and Austin Hill leading that second pack. But the field already becoming pretty spread out here, guys. Definitely not running like a super speedway today. That is so peculiar. I cannot speak English, guys, but it's peculiar. Now, here they come through 1 and 2. The 27 trying to go around the 51 on the outside. Oh, Sheldon Creed trying to get to the outside of Brandon Jones. Oh, he's going to get pinched. Sheldon Creed is around on the back straightaway. Can he keep it out of the wall? Yes, he will. Everybody avoids him, it seems, but Sheldon Creed got pinched up the racetrack coming off of turn 2 by Brandon Jones, and the 2 car just went around. It looks like a couple tires are flat on that. He'll come down pit road and just put on some fresh sets of Goodyear, but the 2 is trying to get to the outside of the 19, and actually he just lost it on his own there, guys. Sheldon Creed, he just lost it up high. Brandon Jones was coming up the racetrack, but it doesn't look like they actually made any contact. Maybe some just dirty air was put on the nose of the 2 car, but at least he was able to keep that car clean. But right now, Sheldon Creed has just had some terrible luck this year. I mean, in the last 6 races, he has 1 top 10, but no other race has he finished better than 26th, guys. So in the last 6 races, only 1 top 10 for Sheldon Creed. I mean, that is a terrible stat when his teammate has been running a lot better. Austin Hill's been a top 10 threat almost every week, and that's the other thing. Sheldon Creed has had top 10 speed almost every week. It's just they keep having issues with the car, making some sort of mistake here or there, and that's throwing away their chances. But at least, he's still in this race. Luckily, this is early in it for him, so he's got time to recover. But that'll give Jesse Iwuji the free pass. He'll get back onto the lead lap. Or, well, he'll be back to 1 lap down. I misspoke. Sorry, guys. AJ Allmendinger out front now. We'll have to see how this next restart goes. So far on both restarts in this race, the control car has lost the lead. So we'll have to see if that's just chance or maybe that's something that we should keep our eyes on. Trying to keep my eyes on what's going on in the chat here. Eric, you think it's been 10 years since a part-time driver won a race? I think it's been more recent than that since a part-time driver won a race. Well, definitely there's a part-time driver who's won a race in like the trucks or something, or like, I mean, Kyle Busch, but I don't think you really count that. You could say Justin Haley winning Daytona in that Spire car due to rain. I know that was a bit of a different circumstance, but yeah, these tires, it's not a tire issue, but I mean, every time they spin, they're having flats. It's like the Cup Series. Oh yeah, in trucks? Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. I don't have that much knowledge, or that much historical knowledge. Appreciate everybody tuning in though so far, guys. We got about 20 people watching right now. I appreciate it, but we got 20 people watching. We only got 5 likes, guys. Could we get up to 10 likes? I would appreciate it. But under commercial break here and under the caution for the second time, guys. So, yeah, the fuel window is about 70 laps, so you can pit at the end of Stage 1 and easily make it to the end of Stage 2. But you might even be willing to pull some strategy if you really wanted to, and you could probably make it all of Stage 1 and Stage 2 on one set of fuel, guys, with the caution laps if you save some gas. And same thing with the final stage. If the fuel window is about 70 to 75 laps, the final stage is 83 laps. If you get a caution or two and try to save some gas, you might be able to make it all the way to the finish. You could honestly do this whole race on just one stop. That would be pretty bold, but you might be able to pull it off. The only thing I would worry about is the tires. The track's so hot today. I'm sure those tires are just falling apart way quicker than normal. It's like it's super slick today. All right, AJ won at Indy. That counts, yeah. Oh, you're saying trucks? Yeah, I can't think of the last time a part-time driver won in the truck series. I mean, if you don't, you could say Kyle Busch, but are you saying a part-time team? I don't know. But yeah, and 1 and 2. Okay, so look, I'm listening to the broadcast, and the 3 and 4 seems to be a lot more slick and a lot more harder to handle than 1 and 2. But there's shade over turns 1 and 2, and that might be making the track temp a bit cooler and providing more grip. So that might be why 1 and 2 is a lot easier to go side by side through than 3 and 4. But now we're about to get restarted for the second time today. It'll be 25 to go in stage 1 when we get the green flag. AJ Allmendinger on the outside, Josh Berry on the inside, then Ty Gibbs pushing Allmendinger, Sam Mayer pushing Josh Berry. Here they come through the Geico restart zone. The 16 on the outside, the 8 on the inside. Here they go, 25 to go in stage 1. That outside line gets hooked up really well. There's no help on the inside. Only about 3 cars got formed up good on the restart. That outside line should be able to power past the inside. The 16's got a great push coming from the 54. Back in the pack, Jeffrey Earnhardt making it 3 wide to the outside. And the 16 is clear of the 8 down the back straightaway. That outside line is rolling. The Junior Motorsports guys cannot get going on the inside. And the top 3 cars on the outside are going to be able to clear the inside. Austin Hill going to slide down into 3rd place. But Noah Gragson and Josh Berry still side by side for 4th off of turn 4. Allmendinger will lead it that time at the stripe just over Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs all over the bumper of the 16 through 1 and 2. And he's going to slide up the track just a bit. Man, these restarts are crazy. The 8 car looked for a peep down low on the 9. It wasn't quite there. Just behind him, Jeremy Clements running up in 6th place. That's a solid run for him. He could win and lock himself into the playoffs. That would be big for that 51 team. But just behind him, though, is Brandon Brown, another pretty accomplished superspeedway racer. Austin Hill closing in on the top 2. Then back in the pack, Sam Mayer and Brandon Brown side by side off of turn 2. Brown's going to keep that spot for now. But Allmendinger's still out front. Gibbs running a bit of a higher line in 3 and 4, trying to get some clean air on that nose. It doesn't look like that's going to help him. That might even open the door for Austin Hill down the front straightaway. Austin Hill's not going to be able to make a move that time. It's been pretty tame up front so far, guys. A lot of the action's been happening back in the pack. These guys up near the front are a bit more content to run single file. Back in the pack, though, they're being a little bit more adventurous. Noah Gragson now has closed in on these top three. Oh, Ty Gibbs goes way up the track to try and make a move high on the 16, and that's not going to stick. He's going to lose a spot to the 21. The 9's now trying to go by as well. Ty Gibbs going to lose 2 spots there. An aggressive block from AJ Allmendinger here early. That's going to cost Gibbs a couple spots, but yeah, you definitely cannot run any higher than that second groove. When you get up into that third groove, especially in 3 and 4, there is just no grip at all. You're holding onto that car for dear life, and you have to bail out of the gas. Gragson poking high on Austin Hill. Not going to be able to make a move. Halfway through stage 1 here at Atlanta, ladies and gents. I know, I saw that, Eric. I still haven't gotten a next-gen diecast, but hopefully I will maybe be able to at Pocono or Watkins Glen. We'll see. Oh, Noah Gregson's going to give a bit of a tap to Austin Hill, knock him up the track. That's going to allow the opportunity for him to go down low down the back straightaway. Gregson up the inside of Austin Hill. Through 3 and 4, that 9's going to have the better line. He ought to be able to get by him. Also, Josh Berry going to the inside of Ty Gibbs in 3 and 4. Neither of them are able to make the pass happen. They're still side by side, though, for second place. Gregson giving a side draft to the side of Austin Hill, but Austin Hill's got help from behind with a push from Ty Gibbs. That might make him be able to clear the 9 car, and yes, it will, off of turn 2. Now the 9 car is going to get shuffled out, and he's got a train of cars behind him. Austin Hill looks to make a move on AJ Allmendinger, and he's going to be able to get to his inside. Ty Gibbs gave a big push to the 21, and that's going to allow him to go flying past the 16. The 54 also able to maybe get by the 16. Oh, a big moment there from the 54. And that's going to allow the 16 and the 8 to pass by him. That was close. These top 10 now are all running in a little pack right now. Or your top 9. Separated by less than 0.8 of a second running in this mini pack. Austin Hill has to throw an aggressive block on the 16 off of turn 2. He holds on to the lead, though. Behind him, Gregson trying to get by Gibbs on the inside. Brown trying to get by Hemrick. Gregson's not going to be able to make that pass happen. It seems like the groove is starting to shift up the track just a bit, especially in 3 and 4. Austin Hill down low in 1 and 2. Allmendinger up the track. Not going to have a big enough of a run. Yeah, this is really hard to defend as the leader. Oh, we got a slow car on the apron. I'm not sure who that is. I'll try and get an update on that. Somebody slow on the track. Maybe was that the... Oh, that might have been the 44 of Sage Karam, guys. Sage Karam, it looks like, has blown up and gone a lap down. He's got some sort of issue on that 44. That's tough for Sage. He had a good run here in the spring. Already 25 laps complete, though. Only 15 to go here in stage 1. Austin Hill out front, then Allmendinger and Berry behind him. And now it's like they're all running single file all throughout the top 15. Maybe you poke your nose out and make a little move here or there, but I'd say it's pretty tame. It's not that pack racing you're used to seeing at a super speedway. The draft, though, is still really powerful. Oh, the 8's giving a big push to the 16. The 16 going to go to the high side of the 21 in 3 and 4. A big push there from the 8 car. And that's going to allow Allmendinger to clear Austin Hill for the lead. Allmendinger back to the point at Atlanta. Now Berry also going to go by Austin Hill. Austin Hill going to go from first all the way back to third, maybe even fourth if Gregson can get to the outside. And if you can get a good push from behind, it is super powerful. We have already seen 2 times so far today the lead change hands because somebody gave the second place car a big shove. And Austin Hill's going to drop all the way from first, all the way back outside to, I think, 7th place. It's going to fall to the tail end of this lead draft. Also, somebody moving forward, Jeffrey Earnhardt, has worked his way up from 24th to 11th place already in this one. He's on the charge. It's a good run for him so far. Also, with the field getting so spread out, there is a possibility lap traffic might become an issue. They're only about 10 seconds from catching the next car ahead of them, so we'll have to see how that goes. They might catch some of these tail end of the lead lap cars. That'd be interesting to see these guys work their way through lap traffic. That could definitely change things up if you get some dirty air on the nose or get held up by a lapped car. Because these leaders are running in the draft, they're running about 10 miles per hour, or about 7 or 8 miles per hour faster than the guys who aren't in the draft. But now your top three, Allmendinger, Barry, Gibbs. Oh, Barry looked a bit low on the 16 off of turn 4. Didn't have the momentum. He was, I think, just poking his nose down low to get some clean air around the hood. The 8 car backing up to the 54. The Barry's going to have a run on the 16 here in 1 and 2. Is he going to be able to do anything with it? Oh, it wasn't quite big enough of a run. So we just saw Barry maybe practicing for another move he's going to make here in a minute. He backed up to the 54 on the front straightaway and got a pretty big run on the leader. Oh, Gibbs up the track there a bit in 3 and 4. Able to hold on to it and keep his spot. I could try and do that for you, Eric. Appreciate everybody tuning in, though, so far, ladies and gents. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. 10 to go to the stage. Can we get 10 likes? I would appreciate it. Oh, Hemrick up the track in 3 and 4. He got loose there. That's going to allow Brandon Brown an opportunity to make a pass on him. Austin Hill also going to try and make that pass. Brown and Hill are going to go by Hemrick. Yeah, if you have the slightest bobble, you lose your spot to everybody who's in that same draft with you. And also, your leaders are catching some lap traffic coming up on 3 lappers. I'm not sure who that is. It looks like the 08, the 34, and maybe somebody else. Yeah, they're going to put the 08 of David Starr and now the 34 of Jesse Iwuji 2 laps down. And they might catch some more lap traffic, though, before the end of this stage. 8 to go in the stage. They're gaining about 1.5 seconds a lap on the guys at the tail end of the pack. Yeah, no, guys, right now, even though they're running single file and it's not quite as entertaining maybe as your normal side-by-side pack racing, these cars are just, it is so hard to handle. I mean, the track is so slick. These guys, especially in 3 and 4, they just keep jumping out sideways and they're holding on for dear life. We're at 14 likes, Eric. Wow, guys, I appreciate it. Can we get up to 20? Let's do it. Appreciate it. Also, oh boy, back in the pack, though, we're seeing some side-by-side racing. From 8th place to about maybe 20th, there's about 10 cars, and they're riding side-by-side for about 5 rows, trying to fight it out for the last couple stage points. And they're coming up on some lap traffic. They're going to be 3 wide here. They're able to sort things out. But it's Brandon Jones and Jeffrey Earnhardt who are leading that pack. Also in that pack, you got Tyler Reddick, Ryan Sieg, Brett Moffitt, Ryan Truex. Oh, Barry trying to go to the outside of Allmendinger. Allmendinger, though, fighting back down low. They're side-by-side off turn 4 for the lead with 5 to go in the stage. The 8 car trying to take the lead from A.J. Allmendinger, and he might have it pulled off. Behind him, Ty Gibbs also closing in on him. Meanwhile, they're closing in on some lap traffic. Is that going to play a factor? The 16 and the 8 side-by-side here. And as they side draft and slow each other down, the 54 is able to close in on him, as well as Noah Gragson. Oh, things are heating up here for the lead here. Coming to the end of stage 1. They're coming up to some lapped cars. Some of these lapped cars are side by side. That'll definitely slow down the leaders. How are they going to work their way through this lap traffic? What are they going to do? The lapped cars go high. The leaders are going to go low. The 8 car goes low, but he's boxed in by Natalie Decker and Matt Mills. Where can he go? He's going to have to work his way up the track. Josh Berry's now stuck behind the 13. There's nowhere for him to go. Lapped cars all in the way here. This track's so narrow, there's nowhere to go. They're 3 wide with the lapper. The 07's going to back out of it. That was close. The 8 and the 16, though, still side by side for the lead. The 9 giving a push to his teammate. Oh, Barry sideways there through the tri-oval, but he's going to go to the lead. Oh, boy, Josh Berry, Allmendinger side by side for the lead. This is some great racing off of turn 2. Gregson giving a push to the back of the 8 car now. Ty Gibbs is going to be able to give a push to the 16, though. Can Berry clear the 16? Yes, he will. Josh Berry to the lead. Coming to 2 to go here in stage 1. And Josh Berry is out front now at 2 to go. But Allmendinger is going to have a huge run coming on him. Meanwhile, Brandon Brown has snuck his way up to 5th place. He's doing a good job at making up track position. He'll have some good stage points scored here. Also, Gregson's getting hung out to dry now down low. And he's dropped from 2nd all the way back to about 4th in this line, but he might be getting some help from Austin Hill, who's making a move down low to give him a push. The white flag out here in stage 1. This victory in stage 1 is going to be decided among 7 cars, this breakaway pack. The 16 is going to go low on the 8. He's going to leave Josh Berry out to dry down the back straightaway. They're side by side, the 8 and the 16. There's a push coming to the back of the 8. Who's going to make it happen? Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Josh Berry trying to hold on the outside. Behind him, Allmendinger and Gibbs side by side for 2nd place. The 16 gets loose. Josh Berry's going to be able to take the win in stage 1. Then Ty Gibbs at the line for 2nd place. Then Allmendinger, Brown, and Gregson, your top 5. And behind them, Hemrick, Hill, Allgaier, Jones, and Snyder, your top 10. Tyler Reddick, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Jeremy Clements just missing out on stage points. And Natalie Decker will be your free pass car. Also, Sage Karam has taken that car to the garage, that 44 Alpha Prime machine. Appreciate everybody tuning in so far, guys. Drop a like and subscribe if you enjoy what you're seeing. Stage 1 complete here. We're about to have some pit stops underway, some strategies about to take place. You could honestly, guys, you could stay out and make it to the end of stage 2 on this set of gas, or on this set of tires. You do not have to pit to make it on gas. You ought to be able to save enough gas under caution. So that could play an X factor if you want to stay out and get that track position. Track position is definitely key, guys. So it might be worth staying out and taking the lead, even if you're on older tires. I'm not sure how much of a difference fresh tires will make so far, but we'll probably find out here pretty quick. The second stage is also 40 laps, and that final stage is even longer than stage 1 and stage 2 combined. It's a whopping 83 laps. But the fuel window is about 70 to 75 laps, so if you're able to get a couple cautions, save some gas and tire under caution, you ought to be able to make it either stage 1 and stage 2 or the entire final stage on just that set of tires. Also, appreciate it, Ted Cruz 2024 for subscribing. Let's go, guys. Also, yeah, let's see. How many subscribers are we looking at right now? Hey, 1885, guys. I appreciate it. 4 new subscribers, guys. Could we get to 1,900 subscribers? 15 subscribers away from 1,900. Appreciate if we could get there. 15 away. What's up? How you doing, Ted? Yeah, I'll see you once we come back from this commercial break in a second. Who's going to hit pit road? Is it going to be 4 tires or 2 tires? That could be another thing. Maybe you want to take 2 tires to make up some track position on pit road even. Up to 20 likes, Eric? Are we? We're checking. We're at 19, almost 20. We're at 19 right now. Appreciate it. We got 50 people watching right now, ladies and gents. Appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe. Join the Freeman Motorsports community for more amazing NASCAR content. Tomorrow, we'll be live for the NASCAR Cup Series race at Atlanta, but I will not be the commentator. Braden, if you guys tuned in for the Nashville race, Braden co-hosted with me. He will be live streaming the race tomorrow. I will be out of town, so that's why he'll be doing that. Who do I have winning? Oh, boy. I would like to say I think Noah Gragson could win. I think he's going to be willing to make the aggressive move to get it done, but I think a lot of it's just going to be being out front at the end. If you are able to pull a strategy that gets you the track position, that might be all it takes. And also avoiding the big wrecks. Looks like just about everybody's coming down pit road here. Oh, somebody's getting knocked down there. The 6 car of Ryan Vargas almost causing a bit of a traffic jam on pit road. And Brandon Jones will win the race off of pit road. Gragson will follow him. So quite a few cars taking 2 tires, actually. Jeremy Clements takes no tires. Yeah, your top 8 taking 2 tires or no tires. So that's going to shuffle Ty Gibbs back from the lead, or from second place all the way back to 9th. So we'll have to see how that works out, guys. 8 cars took only 2 tires, and then everybody else took 4. Also, I'm not quite sure how many cars stayed out. I wouldn't be surprised if at least a handful stayed out. Hey, we're up to 21 likes, guys. I appreciate it. And we're 2 more subscribers, guys. 13 subs from 1,900. I appreciate it, ladies and gents. No, this is a big race, though, guys, because it's a bit more of a super speedway. I mean, right now it's not really racing like your typical super speedway. I'd say the only thing that's still reminiscent of at least modern super speedway racing is the draft is super powerful. If you get stuck out of the draft, or you're at least 6 miles an hour slower than somebody who's in the draft. And also, there's packs, you know what I mean? There's that break when a couple cars lose the draft. Now there's 2 separate packs racing together. Except because of the style of racing, it's not like you're running side by side. You're just running single file and making a couple passes here and there. There's maybe 5 or 6. 5 to 8 car packs running around the track, kind of separate of each other. So yeah, pretty different than your normal super speedway racing. I'd say it's actually probably pretty similar to the early 2000s on the plate tracks. But I'd say it was even more spread out than that. But yeah, definitely a lot more single file. And then that's the other thing. If you can get a big push, then when you get into a small tandem with somebody, you just rocket by everybody else. Especially on the restarts. That's what we're seeing. If 2 cars can get into a tandem on a restart, then they just check out on the field by a couple car lengths. Mark, but it's the repave now at Atlanta, so it's not quite as abrasive as before. I don't know if Atlanta's the fastest track. It might, I don't know, maybe in the Xfinity series. I don't know. I don't have a stat on that. I'm pretty sure Daytona and Talladega are still faster because these corners are a lot more tight than the big plate tracks. That causes them to have to slow down just a bit more. This is still a pretty fast track, though, but yeah, you can see her on the leaderboard. Their fastest times are about 178, so not even 180. So yeah, this is quite a bit slower than Daytona or Talladega. Daytona, Talladega are a lot closer to 190. Oh, Josh Berry with an issue on pit road. They did not get all the lug nuts tight on the left rear. He had to back it into the pit stall once again, make sure all the lug nuts were on. That lost him all of his track position. After winning the stage, that's a huge, costly mistake there for the 8 car. Luckily, that was in stage 1, not in stage 2. But also, AJ Allmendinger with an issue on pit road. He got boxed in behind the 54 Ty Gibbs trying to get off pit road. That cost him a couple spots. Yeah, issues for Ty Gibbs on pit road as well. Now they're going to be coming to get the green flag, though, to start stage 2 here, and a couple of cars did stay out, or maybe only one. Sheldon Creed stayed out on track, but he already made a pit stop when he spun and brought out the caution. So Sheldon Creed stayed out. So that's a bit different than anybody else. Also, a couple drivers with penalties. Daniel Hemrick and Ryan Sieg were both busted for speeding on pit road. They'll also get sent to the rear of the field. So we're going to see how the 2-tire strategy works out versus the 4 tires. Will there be a big difference? But here they come to green. Sheldon Creed leads them to green to his inside. Brandon Jones. Through the Geico restart zone they go. Green, green, green. Pedal to the floor. As they go down towards turns 1 and 2, the 9 car's locked to the bumper of the 2. That's going to allow him to edge out in front. Tyler Reddick trying to give a push to the back of Brandon Jones. But Gregson, we've already seen 2 times today now on these restarts. That 9 car is on another level. I mean, he is able to just push whoever he's got ahead of him to the lead. And that's going to push Sheldon Creed right to the lead now. Gregson's going to be back to second. Oh, he gets a bit of a bobble, though, there in 3 and 4. That may allow Brandon Jones to sneak by him on the inside. But Sheldon Creed is to the point. Sheldon Creed out front at Atlanta. And meanwhile, back in the pack, they're dicing it up 2 wide and 3 wide. The first car on 4 tires is Sam Mayer up to 8th place. He's only made up a couple spots, though. So far, it doesn't seem like there's a big gap from 2 and 4. But, oh, A.J. Allmendinger up the track, losing spots. Meanwhile, Tyler Reddick goes by Sheldon Creed down low. Tyler Reddick's your new leader. Also, Noah Gragson up the track, losing spots. A.J. Allmendinger's got a loose wheel, guys. Loose wheel on the 16 car. He's trying to keep that car out of the wall. Oh, boy, that thing is sideways. Oh, he's in the wall. The 16 in the wall. Now he's been able to drop to the rear of the field, so the 16 is going to be able to hit pit road this time by, but he's got a loose wheel. This is a huge mistake for the 16. He's going to lose at least 1 lap, probably 2 laps here on that 16 car. And A.J. Allmendinger's going to be able to hit pit road, but this is a huge game changer for A.J. Allmendinger. He was in the mix to win stage 1, and now, after making contact with the wall, that car seems to be okay in terms of the damage, but he's going to lose at least a lap or 2, most likely 2 laps here on pit road. But now your top 3, Tyler Reddick, Sheldon Creed, and Austin Hill, have broken away from the rest of the field because the 9 car and the 16 had issues and had to get out on the gas. That kind of allowed these top 3 to get a breakaway. If you see on your screen, it says the leaders and then it says the delta. That first number statistic after the driver's name and manufacturer. And you can see there's a half a second gap from 3rd to 4th place. So your top 3 have about 10 car lengths between them and 4th. So your top 3 are able to break away, and it's Tyler Reddick and the 2 RCR cars out front right now. But just behind them is Brandon Brown, Brandon Jones. The first car on 4 fresh tires is Sam Mayer in 6th place. So the fresh tires don't seem to be making a huge difference so far. But these top 3 might be able to pull away from the rest of the field if they're able to stay nose to tail and just stay locked in a draft and not fight with each other. Because this field's become really discombobulated back in the pack. 2 seconds separate 5th place through 10th place. So yeah, there's definitely not a formed pack really, inside the top 10. So that's definitely going to hurt some of these guys' pace. Right now, though, if we were to get a caution, your free pass would be David Starr. A.J. Allmendinger, though, was able to get back out on track, only 1 lap down, but he's definitely in jeopardy of losing another lap. He'll probably go a lap down if he does not get a quick caution here. Also, Sage Karam, yeah, he's done for the day. That engine blew up early in stage 1. Jesse Iwuji still 2 laps down after his issues. Appreciate everybody tuning in, though, guys. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Almost to 1,900 subscribers, guys. We are currently we're 11 subscribers away, guys. Almost to 1,890. Right now, we're at 1,889. But yeah, back right outside or right at the tail end of the top 10. These guys are running side by side, battling hard for each position, but your top 3 are just running nose to tail, and they are pulling away from these guys by a 10th or 2 every lap. So your top 3 right now are in a class of their own. Brandon Brown and Brandon Jones in 4th and 5th place are kind of catching up to him, though. They're running nose to tail. All of your leaders or your top 3 are only on 2 tires, or they did not pit at all under the last pit stop, so that might slow them down on the long run. But yeah, right now Brandon Brown and Brandon Jones, as well as Justin Allgaier, have closed in on these top 3. And Brandon Brown, he's looking to make a move right away on Austin Hill. He's got the momentum. Is he going to be able to do anything with it? He looks high in 1 and 2. He's not going to be able to do anything, but he's going to tuck and line down the back straightaway. So now your lead draft has been caught by 3 more cars, so now you have a top 6 breakaway, and then it's another 2.5 seconds back to Sam Mayer, who's trapped in no man's land by himself. He does have 4 fresh tires, though, so we'll have to see if that's able to help him catch these leaders. But then it's another 3 seconds back to that next big pack of cars in about 8th through 18th place. Yeah, your top 6, though, currently just running in this single file pack. Nobody's looking to make too many aggressive moves right now, but Justin Allgaier, as I says that, goes to the inside of Brandon Jones for 5th. And that's not going to work for the 7 car. You don't want to run side by side too much right now, especially if you're at the tail end of one of these packs, because when you run side by side, you're slower. When you're side drafting each other, if you lose that draft, you'll lose that draft, and that'll kill your chances of being in the mix for the lead. But already almost 30 laps to go here in stage 1 out front. It's Tyler Reddick. He's been out front now for about a couple laps. Tyler Reddick has led 11 laps so far today. Sheldon Creed, Austin Hill, Ty Gibbs, Josh Berry, and AJ Allmendinger have each been out front for a couple laps so far today. Appreciate everybody tuning in, though, so far. We'll go through a running order real quick. It's Tyler Reddick, Sheldon Creed, Austin Hill, Brandon Brown, Brandon Jones, and Justin Allgaier, your top 6 in that breakaway. Then you have Sam Mayer in 7th. Then you have Ryan Truex, Noah Gragson, and Riley Herbst rounding out your top 10. Then Brett Moffitt, Jeremy Clements, Ty Gibbs, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Landon Castle, Mason Massey, Josh Berry, Alex LeBay, J.J. Aley, and Brian Sieg round out your top 20. Then Jeb Burton, Daniel Hemrick, Myatt Snyder, Anthony Alfredo, Kyle Sieg, Bailey Curry, Ryan Vargas, Josh Williams, Cesar Vaccarelli, and Joey Gase, your top 30. And then Natalie Decker, David Starr, Matt Mills, Joe Graff Jr., Brennan Poole, your top 35. Then AJ Allmendinger. AJ Allmendinger has gone 2 laps down, it seems. So that definitely changes things for him. Jesse Wuji now 3 laps down. So yeah, now AJ Allmendinger 2 laps down. That's really going to take him out of competition. That means he's going to need a lot of things to go his way to get back in this. Also, Justin Allgaier, he was trying to battle Brandon Jones for that 5th spot, and that costed him that lead draft, and now the 7 car's fallen off this top 5. He's back to 6th place. So that is hurting this. That killed the 7. Like I was saying, guys, you can't make passes, especially if you're at the end of this pack, because if you get stuck side by side, you're going to lose the draft. He might even end up costing Brandon Jones this lead draft, because Brandon Jones was the car he was trying to pass, and he slowed both of them up quite a bit. But already Justin Allgaier, when he's not in that draft, he's 5 miles per hour slower than those guys in the lead pack. But Ryan Truex is leading a big pack of cars. He's leading about 10 cars running single file that are trying to catch these leaders, and they've just gone by Sam Mayer, who is running in no man's land, and they'll be catching Justin Allgaier here pretty soon. But right now, we'll be keeping lap times on. We'll be monitoring the lap times on that second pack and the lead pack, because they have a lot more cars in the second pack, but they are not catching the lead pack, at least as of right now. Last time by, your leaders ran 177 ones, and that second pack was running 176s. So, yeah, a little bit slower. Now, last time by, your leaders ran 177s, and that second pack ran 176 twos, 176 threes, so quite a bit slower. Yeah, this top four kind of just chilling on their own right now. Brandon Jones is losing this lead draft. He's probably going to fall off them here pretty soon now. Yeah, he's over a half a second back from Brandon Brown. So, yeah, Brandon Jones is going to lose this lead draft, and that's going to cost him. Brandon Brown also just barely hanging on to this lead draft. He's going to be trying to run qualifying laps right now to make sure he's able to stay in this lead draft. The lap's already winding down here in Stage 2. Stage 2 flying by. The leader's put in the 5 car of Matt Mills. How many is that? Another lap down, or yeah, 2 laps down now. Appreciate everybody tuning in though, guys. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. We got over 50 people watching right now. And how many likes do we got? We've only got 21 likes, guys, and we got almost 60 people watching, guys. Can we get up to 35 likes? Hit that like button, guys, if you enjoy what you're seeing, and also subscribe. Almost to 1,900 subscribers. Right now we're at 1890, so we are 10 subscribers away from 1,900 subs, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, this top 4 in their own breakaway right now. Tyler Reddick leads 2 RCR cars and Brandon Brown. So these guys are content running single file for now, but I'm sure at the end of the stage, they'll try to get by this 48. Also, though, every lap, these top 4 are quite a bit faster than that bigger pack. Even though these top 4 have older tires than the pack that's trying to chase them, and they have less cars, they're running 2 miles per hour faster than that other pack. I mean, that is crazy. Oh, and we're finding out right now why. It's because this other pack is battling side by side. We see this on all the plate tracks. You may have a couple cars that have broken away from the rest of the field, and then there's a second pack that has more cars, but because they're battling side by side for position and side drafting each other, that's costing them their lap time. And Allmendinger is about to go, what, is that a second lap down or even maybe a third lap down for Allmendinger? Because that could be a big game changer. If he goes 3 laps down, it's basically over for him. The leaderboard sometimes gets a bit wonky with the amount of lapped cars. Also, Sheldon Creed has gotten by Tyler Reddick. Sheldon Creed made a pass using a lapped car, and he's out front now. Sheldon Creed is in a must-win scenario on the playoff cut line, and now here he is leading at Atlanta. Tyler Reddick's been shuffled back to second place, and now he's under pressure from the other RCR driver of Austin Hill. If these guys battle a bit, it might allow that other pack to close in on him. That other pack, though, is 6 seconds back, so they almost need a miracle to catch these leaders. Also, Sheldon Creed, though, he's catching up to the back of the 16 of A.J. Allmendinger, and A.J. Allmendinger is not just going to let these leaders pass him and put him a lap down. He is going to fight for this spot, because if he goes another lap down, it's going to end his day. And I don't think Sheldon Creed's going to be in a big hurry to put the 16-car lap down. As long as the 2-car can keep the lead, I don't think he's going to mind running behind the 16. Because the 16's probably one of the most competitive cars today. He's led the most laps so far, so it's not like that 16 car is really going to hold up the 2. Yeah, still your top 4 last time by, though. They might have lost some time to that second pack. They ran 174s, and that second pack ran 177s, 178s even. So the second pack picked up almost a half a second on the leaders when they were having to work their way through that lap traffic. We'll have to see if that cost them. Coming to 7 to go in Stage 2 off of Turn 4. Brandon Brown trying to go to the inside of Austin Hill for third place. It's not going to stick down the front straightaway. He's going to tuck back in line. Sheldon Creed looking for a way by A.J. Allmendinger, but can't find it. And the 68 still battling with the 21. He's not going to be able to make it happen, though. He's going to tuck in line down the back straightaway. Once again, though, that second pack picked up a couple tenths of a second. I don't think they're going to have enough time to catch these leaders, but it might be close. Coming to 6 to go. They would need to pick up almost a second a lap. These leaders aren't going to have to deal with any more lap traffic, so they should be okay. But it's Creed, Reddick, Hill, and Brown, your top 4 that are battling it out for the Stage 2 win here at Atlanta. Coming to 5 to go in Stage 2. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Whoa, Sheldon Creed's going to go try low and get by the 16 car. He's going to be able to get to the inside of Allmendinger. Sheldon Creed to the inside of the 16, trying to put him another lap down after his flat tire or his loose wheel issue. And he's got help from Reddick behind him. Brandon Brown trying to go around this outside, though, and maybe make something happen with Allmendinger. Oh, boy. Allmendinger trying to stay 1 lap down, but it looks like he's going to fall to 2 here. He's in that higher line, but the 2 cars clear of him, but he's still side by side with the 48. He's got help from behind. The 68 of Brandon Brown is pushing him with 4 to go. Allmendinger's, he has to get ahead of this 2 car somehow to get to 1 lap down to stay in this race. If he goes 2 laps down, that just about ends his chances. The 16 can't find a way by the 2 right now. Also, Brandon Brown, because he was able to stick behind the 16 on the high side, he's able to get by both Tyler Reddick and Austin Hill. That's going to move him up to 2nd. Oh, Allmendinger's looking low on the 2 car, trying to get back on the lead, trying to get back to 1 lap down, that is, and it's not going to stick for him. He's got no help behind him. Now Austin Hill's kind of coming. No, Austin Hill's going to bail on him. Hill's going to go by Reddick. And now Brown's going to give a push to Sheldon Creed with 2 to go. Allmendinger's got no help. And that was his last shot right there. It looks like it getting back to 1 lap down. Now here they come down the back straightaway. The 68 car, is he going to be able to make a move on the 2 this time? No, he's just going to give him the push, maybe set up a move for the next time by, though. But Austin Hill is going to try and get by the 68 of Brandon Brown. And, oh, that was tight. He just made it work, though. Oh, Sheldon Creed throws a block on Austin Hill, but Austin Hill's able to get to the inside of the 2 car for the lead. Austin Hill is to the lead. Down the back straightaway, Austin Hill with the beautiful crossover on Sheldon Creed to take the lead down the back straightaway for the final time. Austin Hill trying to get the Stage 2 victory here in Atlanta. And through 3 and 4 for the final time, Austin Hill will win Stage 2. Sheldon Creed comes home 2nd place. RCR 1-2, then Brandon Brown 3rd. Tyler Reddick 4th. Justin Allgaier in 5th. Then Jones, Gibbs, Truex, Castle, and Earnhardt, your top 10. Riley Herbst and Sam Mayer just missing out on stage points. So now, that's the halfway point in this race, baby. Stage 1 and Stage 2 are done. 80 laps complete, 80 to go. The free pass is going to be the 78 of Josh Williams. That'll put 26 cars back on the lead lap. But A.J. Allmendinger now trapped 2 laps down. His hopes of winning today are just about toast. Also, Matt Mills, it looks like, might have pulled it behind the garage, as well as J.J. Yaley. Both those guys have been off pace. Did not notice that. So the 5 and the 66 have gone to the garage with the 44. Still no big incidents today, guys. The only cautions today have been for single car spins. We'll have to see if we get a big one here in this final stage. We have seen some crazy racing on these restarts, and the aggression's only going to pick up. You have guys near the front that are in must-win scenarios for the playoffs, like Sheldon Creed, Brandon Brown. And then you have some wild cards that aren't full-time but would love to get a win, like Jeffrey Earnhardt or Tyler Reddick. And Ty Gibbs is still in the mix to go back-to-back at Atlanta. Also, guys, We got another new subscriber, guys. 9 subs from 1900. How are y'all doing? Yeah, Ty had a bad pit stop, Nick. Sorry, I didn't see that. They had an issue on, I think, the left rear. Your picks to win today, Mark, are the 54, 26, and the 7. So far, all those guys are faring pretty well. I'm still betting on, my bet is one of the RCR guys, the Creed or Hill. I think they've got 2 good super speedway racers there. We'll have to see, though, in this final stage. Also, what's the strategy call now? 2 tires definitely worked, but you can't pull 2 tires again. If you pitted for 2 at the end of stage 1 now, I feel like you have to pit for 4 now. So, we'll see how that works. And also, the guys who pitted for 4 under the last caution, I think they're going to pit for 2 now. So, we'll have to see how this field gets shuffled around. And pit road's going to be open this time. I assume everybody's coming to pit road. There's really no strategy where you're able to stay out here. Or no good strategy. But guys, we got almost 60 people watching right now, guys, and we only got 20 likes. Can we get up to 30 likes, guys? I'd appreciate it. We're at 25 likes right now, guys. I appreciate it. Can we get up to 30? Also subscribe if you enjoy what you're seeing. 9 subscribers from 1900. Yeah, Brandon Brown into pit. I see. I think you have to take 4, but it looks like they're only doing 2 on the 68 car. Brandon Brown goes with 2 tires. Sheldon Creed's taking 4. And it looks like Tyler Reddick, though, is only taking 2. Sheldon Creed, though, he's been on those tires for a long time. Tyler Reddick only takes 2. And he's going to win the race off of pit road. Behind him is going to be Austin Hill, Brandon Brown, and then Ty Gibbs. All those guys take 4 tires. Jeffrey Earnhardt, Mayer, Herbst, and then Hemrick. So 8 cars take 2 tires, and then Sheldon Creed's the first car on 4. So your top 8 are on 2 tires, and then it's 4 tires behind them. We'll have to see how the 4 tires work out. But the one key factor so far, guys, is track position is key. Track position is everything today, guys. So being out, I mean, if you can figure out some way to get out front, even if you're on older tires, being out front is all you, that's all you can. I mean, passing is hard. You can make up a couple spots, but the lead draft or the top 5 seem to break away from the rest of the field on these restarts. So unless you're in the top 5 on the restart, you almost have no shot at winning. Here, we'll go through the running order here in just a second. Also, though, guys, this final stage is 80 laps, so we're going to get restarted with about 80 to go, and the fuel window is about 70 to 75 laps, so there's definitely a shot that you could, if you got a couple cautions, that you could fuel save and get to the finish on this set of tires. Mark, you're saying Ty's going to the front, no doubt? Well, now he's up to 4th place, or actually, no, he's up to 3rd place, so that's going to be his best starting spot so far. Yeah, it'd be cool for Austin Hill to win. This would be his 2nd win on the season, his 2nd Super Speedway win. It looks like the 21 and the 2 are really good Super Speedway racers. RCR got a good Super Speedway racing package right now. Hold on 1 second, guys. Just trying to make sure the audio's coming through all good. Guys, I will not be the commentator tomorrow. We will still be live, but I will not be commentating. If you tuned in for the Nashville live stream, you met my co-host, Braden, and he'll be the main commentator tomorrow. Also, guys, we got another subscriber. Only 8 subscribers from 1,900, guys. And we get there. I'd appreciate it. Also, thanks to everybody who has tuned in so far. Currently, we've had, I appreciate everybody who's tuned in, guys. Up to 26 likes, guys. Could we get up to 50? We got 50 people watching, guys. We're at the halfway point. Can we get up to 50 likes? I think that would be our goal for the end of the stream. I'd appreciate it, ladies and gents. But appreciate everybody tuning in so far. This final stage about to get underway, and I think things are just beginning. I think the chaos is just about to begin. We have seen a lot of close quarters racing so far, and I think we're about to see quite a bit more. Oh, boy. I appreciate everybody tuning in so far. This race is actually going by pretty quick. Oh, Tyler Reddick, though, with the penalty on pit road. Too fast entering pit road. Tyler Reddick, that is huge. He's going to have to drop to the rear of the field, and that's probably taken away his shot at winning. Tyler Reddick, definitely one of the best cars today, and it looks like he's going to have to drop to the rear to begin this final stage. Now, he's still got 80 laps to make up the track position, and he made up a lot of track position in stage 1, but oh, it's going to be difficult now. He's going to need some cautions most likely and some restarts. But yeah, what I was saying is this race is going by pretty quick, guys. At this race, I mean, at this pace, we're looking to get this racing in maybe 2 hours, even possibly less. That would be one of the quickest Xfinity races we've ever had. We got Hill on the outside of Ty Gibbs through the restart zone. They go. Your top 6 are on 2 tires. Everybody behind him's on 4. Austin Hill out front. He's chasing his second win of the season. That outside line's formed up really well as they come down through 1 and 2. They're 3 wide, though, back in the pack. Oh, boy, now that inside line's hooked up. The 54's got a big push coming from the 98. The 2 monster cars are hooked up. Riley Herbst is going to push Ty Gibbs to the lead, and Ty Gibbs is back up out front ahead of Austin Hill. Then Brandon Brown and Riley Herbst side by side for third, and Jeffrey Earnhardt rounding out your top 5. 88 laps complete, guys. We're past halfway. Sam Mayer going to shuffle up in line ahead of Riley Herbst. He gave that 54 a huge push, but then he got hung out to dry on the inside line and dropped all the way from 2nd to 6th. Oh, we've got a sideways. Oh, no caution. An amazing save from Brandon Jones off of turn 4. The 19 car spun in front of the field, but was able to hold on to it and keep it out of the wall. What a save by Brandon Jones. He got up the track in 3 and 4 and just held on to it. Made maybe slight contact with the 7 and the 11. But not that much damage there. And what a save by Brandon Jones. He got up the track in 3 and 4, then came down and got spun off the nose of the 11. But what a save by the 19, and what a move by the rest of the field to, be able to avoid that, get on the brakes. Wow. You do not see that very often. That was amazing car control from Brandon Jones. Free pass from that will be the 08 of David Starr. Put him back on the lead lap. 27 cars on the lead lap now. And that'll put A.J. Allmendinger now in the battle for that free pass with Joey Gase, Natalie Decker, and Cesar Baccarella. So he's praying for another quick caution. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Wow, what a save, though, by Brandon Jones. Also, guys, still 8 subscribers away from 1,900. I'd appreciate if we could get there. But maybe we'll just save that one for tomorrow for the NASCAR Cup Series race at Atlanta. returning to Atlanta. I think this is the first track we're racing to for the second time this season. The races are winding down before the cutoff at Daytona, and with this being one of the few wild card races still left, this is definitely a chance for somebody to maybe sneak in a win like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. or Bubba Wallace, somebody who's a bit more accomplished on plate tracks. Make sure you tune in for that race tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern. But yeah, thanks to everybody who's tuned in, though, so far today for this one. If you guys want to put in the chat, your pick is to win, guys. Who's going to win here in the final stage? You've already seen one caution. I think we're going to see more cautions, guys. We are going to see more cautions. Cautions breed cautions. And with the aggressive racing on these restarts and how hard these cars have been and how hard these cars have been handling, I think we're going to see quite a few more cautions in this one. Some mashed up sheet metal for sure.
Over 200 hours of content from NASCAR still on USA. There's 10 of the next 12 Cup races here on USA to get pre- and post-race shows on USA for both the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series.
Mark, you're still banking on the 54, 26, and the 7 right now. Ty Gibbs is leading. The 7 is running in 10th, and Jeffrey Earnhardt running in 4th. So I'd say that Gibbs and Earnhardt have definitely been in the mix. Allgaier, though, has really kind of just been, I don't know, kind of just running a bit behind. I'd say, honestly, all the junior motorsports cars have been up near the top 10, but they're just not quite, in that normal, I feel like, not running as good as they usually do. They're just a bit off the pace. They're not off the pace, but they're kind of getting shuffled out on these restarts, making little mistakes here and there. But it seems like their cars aren't handling as well as especially the RCR cars and the RCR affiliated cars. I'd say the team that came with the best setup this weekend was RCR and the Brandon Built Motorsports. I'd say those cars definitely seem to be the ones that are making the most passes. Ty Gibbs also is a pretty good car this weekend. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. We're almost up to 70 people watching. Can we get up to 30 likes? I would appreciate it, guys. Can we get up to 50 by the end? At 26 right now. Lights are out on the pace car, so we'll be going green next time. Ty Gibbs on the outside, Riley Herbst on the inside. That outside line is definitely the preferred lane on the restarts. That inside just does not get fired off as well. I'd say almost every restart since the very first, two, the outside lines prevailed. But also, another battle to be paying attention to that's not just the battle for the lead, is the battle for the free pass. If we get another quick caution, can A.J. Allmendinger get back on the lead lap? I think A.J.'s led the most laps today of anybody. And so if he can get back on the lead lap, he'll definitely be in the mix. Yes, A.J.'s led 25 laps today. The only body who's been close to that is Tyler Reddick, who's led 21. Tyler Reddick, though, has also had a penalty, and he's only worked his way up to 21st, so he still has a lot of cars to try and pass himself. But to give you guys the idea of how much preferred the top side is, the first 5 cars all picked the high side. So can you believe that? The top 5 all went high. Riley Herbst in 6th was the first car to go low. But the green flag is out. 71 to go at Atlanta. Ty Gibbs on the high side. Riley Herbst on the low side. Oh, Hemrick spins his tires on the low lane. That's going to cause some people to stack up. But Riley Herbst, that inside line, fires off pretty good this time. Truex giving a big push to the back of Herbst. Oh, Herbst is up the track. He's going to put Ty Gibbs in the wall. Oh, Ty Gibbs in the wall. He's got a flat, but it looks like that car's still okay. He's got a big tire rub, and he's going to lose all his track position. But a big tire rub on the 54. He's got to hope that... Oh, and there's a flat now on the 54. He's in the wall. Ty Gibbs in the wall in 3 and 4. The green flag's still out, but can he get his way to pit road? We'll have to see here. He's going to work his way to pit road, but Oh, that might be it for Ty Gibbs. That car's pretty beat up on the right side. He rode the wall all the way through 3 and 4, but Riley Herbst slid up the track in 1 and 2 and took him in the 54 to the wall. The 54 got the worst of it, though, for sure. But now it's Ryan Truex out front over Austin Hill and Brandon Brown. Riley Herbst isn't even in the front anymore. Riley Herbst has dropped all the way back to 10th. But Austin Hill looking for a way by Ryan Truex, guys. The chaos is picking up. 69 to go at Atlanta. Ryan Truex out front for the first time today. And, I mean, there's still a lot of racing to be had, ladies and gents. We're hardly past halfway. Austin Hill looking high on the leader there. Off turn 2, not quite there. Actually, it looks like the 18 car gave such a big push to the back of the 98, that made him slide up the track into the 54, and that's what put the 54 into the wall. Oh boy, meanwhile, up front though, Brandon Brown getting shuffled back a couple spots. He's going to lose about 10 spots there. That's tough for Brandon Brown. Does he have an issue maybe? But either way now, it's Ryan Truex out front over Austin Hill, and they actually have a bit of a gap over... Or Hemrick's with them too, but there's a bit of a gap from 4th to 5th place, actually. We saw this happen earlier. The top 4 can run single file, and they can break away from the rest of the field. That might happen again. Now your top 5, Truex, Hill, Hemrick, Earnhardt, and Mayer. All those guys, a lot of those guys chasing their first win of the season. Ryan Truex out front now, trying to get his first ever win, I believe, in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. This is one of his one-off starts here in that 18 car for Joe Gibbs. That car's been shared with him, Trevor Bayne, Sammy Smith, a couple others. Yeah, your top 5 all running nose to tail, single file. Yeah, Ty Gibbs still on pit road, and I think Ty Gibbs is going to be done for the day, ladies and gents. That's tough for that team. Yeah, your lead draft is your top 7 just about. Riley Herbst just hanging on to the tail end of this lead draft. Some cars might be able to catch up to him, though. These guys are battling a bit, so that's going to slow them down a bit. I don't know, Mark. I think that car's been on pit road for about 5 laps now. I wouldn't be surprised if they just call it quits at this point. Oh, Austin Hill thought about making a move through the tri-oval. Didn't have big enough of a run. Austin Hill, though, definitely not content running behind Ryan Truex. He's looking for any way by he can possibly find. And I think Hemrick's definitely going to stick with Austin Hill if Hill decides to make that move. Also, Jesse Wucci hitting pit road. I don't know. Hill's looking for a way by the 18. Oh, Truex is going to go low in 1 and 2. Hill might be able to get to the outside. Nope, not quite. Oh, but he's going to cross him over. Hill's going to the inside of Truex for the lead down the back straightaway. And Austin Hill is going to take the lead here at Atlanta. Once again, Austin Hill now back out front. Ryan Truex has dropped back to second. And Ty Gibbs is out of the race, Mark. Ty Gibbs is out of the race. They have declared that car done. So he will join the garage with Yaley, Mills, and Karam. The 4th retirement on the day. Jesse Wucci also might be calling it quits. Or no, Jesse Wucci's back out on track after making a pit stop. Oh, this is Truex's last race of the season, actually, in his couple part-time starts here for Joe Gibbs. So he's definitely trying to get his best result as he can. He'd love to get a win. But he's getting hounded by Hemrick and Jeffrey Earnhardt behind him. But yeah, your top 7 all running in this lead draft right now. Then Sheldon Creed, Brett Moffitt, Ryan Sieg, and another draft behind him trying to catch up. They're about a half a second behind. 60 to go now at Atlanta. The lap's continuing to wind down. Oh, and that other gap of 3 cars, Sheldon Creed, Brett Moffitt, and Ryan Sieg have caught this lead draft, and now they're battling. Oh, the 8-car Josh Berry going to the inside of Jeffrey Earnhardt. Now we got some side-by-side racing in this lead draft. Oh, Josh Berry's got a huge run down low. He might be able to slide up all the way up to second place. What a run from that 8-car. My goodness, Josh Berry just passed 4 cars in turns 3 and 4. My God, that inside line got hooked up there for a second. He's got help behind, though, from Sheldon Creed, and they're trying to go all the way from the tail end of this draft to the front of it. It looks like they might need some help from behind. Are they going to get it? Josh Berry side by side with Truex right now for second place. Sheldon Creed side by side with Hemrick just behind him. And Josh Berry off of turn 4. He's going to slide up. And he's not going to be able to quite complete the pass. No, yes, he will. No, not quite. Josh Berry almost cleared Ryan Truex for second, but still just a bit behind him. Oh, and now some guys are going to shuffle to the low side, and that's going to shuffle out most likely Ryan Truex and a couple other guys. And Berry should be able to clear Truex this time in 3 and 4. Or maybe not quite, but meanwhile, this lead draft, they're running side by side. And that's going to allow the guys behind him in that next pack to catch up to him. Tyler Reddick, Brandon Brown, Jeb Burton, Landon Castle, a couple others trying to close in on him. Through 1 and 2, the battle heating up. Josh Berry's going to slide up the track. He's up to second. Sheldon Creed trying to find a way by 2. Down the back straightaway. Oh, Sam Mayer's into the wall with Jeffrey Earnhardt. And Sam Mayer's around, and that 1 car is done. That front end and rear end is killed on that 1 car, and I don't know how that happened. I think Sam Mayer might have cleared himself off the nose of Jeffrey Earnhardt there. We'll have to wait and see if we can get a replay, but it looked like Sam Mayer cleared himself off the nose of Earnhardt down the back straightaway. Yeah, that one car is done. It's rolling to a stop in the infield on the front straightaway. So Sam Mayer will be the 5th retirement on the day. This is actually interesting for Sam Mayer. Sam Mayer has not won yet, so he is not locked into the playoffs on points. But he does have a huge cushion, but, I mean, he is going to get basically no points today. I don't remember him doing very well in the stages, so I'm trying to see. Sometimes it'll show the live standings here, but it doesn't look like not right now, but this is going to hurt Sam Mayer in terms of his playoff standings, but it looks like Sam Mayer cleared himself down the back straightaway. We are going to see if we can get a replay. Haven't gotten a replay yet. He's climbed from that car, so he's doing good. It's good to see that he is safe, but down the back straightaway. Now, the 26 actually got a decent amount of damage. He got into that outside wall. A pretty decent amount. We'll have to see. It looks like the 1 car. Yeah, the 1. I don't even know what Mayer was doing there. It looks like he had a bobble, but he was going in a straight line. I am really confused there by Sam. I mean, he was nowhere near clear. Yeah, that 1 car was nowhere near clear. I mean, he was maybe just, that rear end was maybe just in front of the numbers on the 26. So, yeah, I'm confused by that, guys. Yeah, that 1 car is done for the day, but also Jeffrey Earnhardt got a good amount of damage. I think he's going to have to pit here. Yeah, they got to make sure he doesn't have a tire rub. He looks like he has a tire rub on the right front, maybe. Because, yeah, he made pretty substantial contact with the 1. I mean, he should be fine to continue the race, but I mean, I don't even know what Mayer was doing there. I mean, yeah, the way Mayer came up the track, you would have thought that there was an opening there, but I mean, there was nowhere near an opening from Sam Mayer, or for Sam Mayer. Yeah, under caution once again, and that free pass will go to A.J. Allmendinger now back on the lead lap. He'll be the 26th car on the lead lap, so Allmendinger's back in this one, ladies and gents. So that's going to open the opportunity for him to get back in this one. Also, Tyler Reddick, who got that penalty for speeding, has worked his way all the way up to 10th, so he's continuing his charge forward after being one of the dominant cars and getting that speeding penalty on pit road. Also, in terms of subscribers, guys, still 8 subscribers from 1,900, guys. Almost to 1,900 subscribers. I'd appreciate it if we could get there. But thanks to everybody who's tuning in, guys. Currently got about 60 people watching, guys, and we only got 26 likes, guys. Hit that like button. Can we get up to 30 likes? I would appreciate it, ladies and gents. Yeah, Mark, your picks are fading fast. Yeah, you had the 54, the 26, and the 7. So, the All Guy is the only one who hasn't had an issue yet, but he might be doomed at this point. Appreciate everybody tuning in, though, ladies and gents. Yeah, I appreciate it. If we could get to 1,900 subscribers, I'd really appreciate that. Hey, we just got another new subscriber. I appreciate it. We're up to 7 subscribers away from 1,900. Slowly closing in on it. Okay, I'll try to, Eric. Also, guys, if you want to check out my other channel, where I haven't posted anything on there in a minute, but I have a second channel where I post some other extra content. There's a link to that in the description, as well as my Instagram page where I post some of my die-cast collection and some highlights from races I've been to. You can find the link to that down in the description below. But track position is key right now, guys. It does not matter if you have fresh tires or old tires. Having clean air on that nose is all that matters. You can make up ground, but, I mean, if you're out front, you're basically guaranteed to stay out front unless you make a mistake on your own. But also, guys, can an underdog get up there and steal that win? Right now, Sheldon Creed, a guy below the cutoff line, near the front. He's been in the mix to win it all day. Brett Moffitt, another driver. Brandon Brown as well. Jeb Burton. All those guys running just about inside the top 10. Closing in on 50 to go, guys, when we get the green flag, most likely. And yeah, pit road's about to be open, so you can pit right now. Pit road will be open, but I don't know anybody who would hit pit road, guys. Oh, pit road is still closed, actually. So, because that one car crashed right in that, right near that entrance to pit road's still closed. So that's why we're under a delayed caution right now, or an elongated caution. Yeah. Ty Gibbs' thoughts on that accident are just like, I mean, I don't know. It's like at the plate racing, so much of it is out of your control, so there's not much that you can be mad about. So Ty Gibbs honestly doing a decent job of being mature and not really complaining about this one because, I mean, it wasn't his fault, but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, there's nothing else you can really do about it. I mean, it's just plate racing. Anyway, so we've gotten 2 more subscribers, guys, almost to 1,900. We've gotten another one. Only 4 subscribers away from 1,900 subscribers, guys. Appreciate it if we could get there. Closing in on it. Also, guys, did you know it is scientifically proven that if you subscribe to Freeman Motorsports, your driver has a better chance of winning? Don't fact check me on that, but appreciate everybody tuning in, though, so far, ladies and gents. Yeah, it's still under this elongated caution period because that one car crashed. Well, he was in the wall all through turns 1 and 2, and then he kind of coasted right to where the pit road entrance is and put down some fluid. So they're cleaning that up before they open up pit road. And pit road's open this time, and yeah, and now Brandon Brown's going to decide to pit, and nobody else is coming with him. Okay, a couple other guys way back towards the end of the pack, but so yeah, Brandon Brown putting on a fresh set of tires. I'd say it looks like only about 5 cars or so are coming to pit road. I mean, track position is just so key. Jeffrey Earnhardt also coming down pit road. After, they were trying to repair that damage he's already gotten. Yeah, Sam Mayer will join Ty Gibbs, J.J. Ailey, Matt Mills, and Sage Karam in the garage. Also now the battle for the free pass will be between Cesar Baccarella, Joey Gase, and Natalie Decker. Also, Bailey Curry must have had some sort of issue because he is 2 laps down right now. He was up running in the top 20 quite a bit, so he must have had some sort of issue where he had to spend extra time on pit road. Oh boy, we lost a subscriber, guys. We're 5 subscribers away now. Not 4, now we're 5. Guys, almost to 1,900 subscribers, guys, though. Can we get there? Only 5 away. Also, appreciate it if you hit that like button. Almost 230 likes on the day. Oh, we're up to 33 likes. How about that, actually? You're killing it right now, guys. Almost to 35. Mark ties, without a doubt, heading to Cup. Yeah, eventually, but I don't know about this year. It doesn't seem like Joe Gibbs wants him to go up to Cup right yet. I think he wants him to wait a bit longer, mature a bit more. But Ty Gibbs, I think he'll definitely be a threat to win once he gets to Cup. I mean, he is definitely going to be good. Yeah, I don't know. Why would somebody unsubscribe, Mark? Exactly. But now we're 50 to go. And it looks like we'll be getting restarted here pretty soon. And yeah, the sun's starting to set there at Atlanta. Quite a glare as the drivers go down the front straightaway. Yeah, but it looks like the top 18 stayed out and only about 6-7 cars hit pit road. So, yeah, Brandon Brown, the first car on fresh tires, all the way back in 19th. We'll have to see how much track position he makes up on these restarts. The laps slowly winding down as we've been under caution for quite a bit now, actually. I think they're still trying to pick up or clean up the fluid from that incident with Sam Mayer. But yeah, some underdogs near the front. Sheldon Creed, Ryan Sieg, Brett Moffitt, Jeb Burton, Anthony Alfredo, all those guys in must-win situations for the playoffs. But if there was a driver to win below the cutoff line, that would make things pretty interesting around the cutoff line. Because you have, right now, there's a big gap from the cutoff line. It's I think Anthony Alfredo came into this race in 13th in points, 90 points behind the driver above the cutoff line. I think that last car in, I believe, is Landon Castle or Daniel Hemrick. But if there were to be a new winner, it would be a pretty fierce battle on that cutoff line between Landon Castle, Daniel Hemrick, Riley Herbst, maybe even Sam Mayer, Ryan Sieg. Yeah, no, Sam Mayer. Yeah. That was a pretty bad moment there by Sam Mayer. He just cleared himself. He basically said it in his interview. It's like, I thought I was clear. I wasn't. That's basically his interview. I thought I was clear. I wasn't. New Speedy 77. What happened to AJ? AJ had a loose wheel, or at least thought he had a loose wheel on a restart, and so he had to make a pit stop under green, and he lost 2 laps. So he's finally been able to get back onto the lead lap. But before that loose wheel, he was one of the best cars. So I think if he's able to make up that track position with 50 to go in the race, he'll definitely be in the mix to win it. But here they come to the Geico restart zone. Sheldon Creed on the outside. Austin Hill on the outside. Sheldon Creed on the inside. RCR teammates leading them to green. The last restart didn't go as planned for both the inside and the outside lane. Hopefully this one's a bit more peaceful for the teammates. Here they come through the Geico restart zone. That outside line seems to be hooked up pretty good. That inside line doesn't have much help after the second car. And Josh Berry with a big push to the back of Austin Hill. Austin Hill's clear of Sheldon Creed. Down the back straightaway they go. Sheldon Creed has no help on the inside. That outside line is hooked up and going places. Well, Ryan Truex a bit sideways off the nose of Daniel Hemrick. He's able to hold on to it. But it's Austin Hill out front by 2 car lengths already, clear of Josh Berry for second place. But Sheldon Creed, who led that inside line to green, is dropped all the way back to 5th place. That inside line had a terrible restart. He's now dropped back to 6th. Maybe he may even lose even more spots. Yeah, now he's on door-to-door with Noah Gragson for 8th place. So that was a terrible restart for Sheldon Creed on the inside line. But Austin Hill and Josh Berry just were hooked up on that restart, and they are clear of the field right now. This was a bit of a calmer restart compared to the last couple. Looks like these guys are calming themselves down just a second. They're like, let's not wreck ourselves with 50 to go. Let's wreck ourselves maybe when it's on the last lap and we're going for the win. Let's be a bit more patient now. But you can already see your top 10 or even your top 15 are all just running single file, nose to tail. First cars that are side by side are Jeb Burton and Riley Herbst all the way back in 13th place. .45 to go at Atlanta. What happened to Earnhardt? Earnhardt got shuffled back because Sam Mayer cleared himself off the nose of the 26th, and the 26th had to pit and repair the damage. But he's still on the lead lap, and he should still be okay. He's just going to have to work his way back up through the field. Right now he's in 23rd. But he's not the only fast car coming from the back. Also, the 68 and the 16 are back there with him. Man, Brandon Jones, we're seeing another issue here on this restart. He got really sideways and lost another couple of spots. That 19 car has been hard to handle for Jones all day. And oh, Brandon Brown in the wall. I think that's the Brandon Brown, the 68. Yeah, he is in the wall hard. And looks like he's going to be able to get it to pit road. But yeah, the right front definitely flat on that 68. Yeah, flat right front. And that is tough news for Brandon Brown. He was one of the best cars all day. And we'll have to see if he got pushed into that wall or lost it on his own. It looks like he may have just lost it on his own being up the racetrack. A tough break for Brandon Brown. He has to set his eyes now on Daytona. That's the only other way he might be able to race his way in. Oh, and it looks like it's killed. It looks like it's killed from under the right front tire changer as they're showing them on pit road. He just said to cut the engine. It looks like the 68 is done for the day. Tough break for that team, but meanwhile up front it is the choo-choo train at Atlanta, guys. We haven't seen the choo-choo train all day, but it's making a presence in the final stage. Everybody running nose to tail, I'd say, all throughout about the top 15, top 20 or so. Yeah, right now, guys, as you run in that choo-choo, it's like, do you want to risk pulling out a line and picking up a spot, or maybe not being able to make that pass and it getting shuffled all the way back to the tail end of the field, guys? But meanwhile, as we're under this choo-choo train, I'm going to take this moment to check the subscriber count. We're still 5 subscribers away, guys. 5 subscribers away from 1,900. Can we get there? I'd appreciate it. But meanwhile, somebody who's not in that lead choo-choo train, that lead draft, AJ Allmendinger, stuck in no man's land. He's hoping for a caution right now. Hey, we just got another new subscriber, guys. 4 subscribers away. I appreciate it. Meanwhile, Austin Hill still out front over Josh Berry, Ryan Truex, Daniel Hemrick, and Ryan Sieg, your top 5. So far today, though, Austin Hill has been the dominant car, leading 34 laps. He's just hoping he can lead 39 more and make it to the finish. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, man. They're showing one of those. Oh, God. They brought the Sponsify commercials back, which are hilarious. Denny Hamlin destroying a computer on live TV. Doesn't get any better than that. Yeah, Mark. Ryan Sieg is hungry for a win, that's for sure. I think that's somebody I'm going to keep my eyes on. Ryan Sieg was leading coming to the white flag here in the spring. He's back in the mix here once again in Atlanta. I think he would have loved to win today. This is his home track. This would be huge for Ryan. And also lock him into the playoffs. He's already above the cutoff line, but you just get that extra security of winning and locking his way in. Meanwhile, Austin Hill just continuing to lead over Josh Berry. Josh Berry in no hurry to make a move, especially because he doesn't have that help behind him, any teammate help. So he doesn't want to risk getting shuffled out, especially when you have this super long train behind you. Yeah, the top 15 are on a breakaway right now. Brandon Jones holding on to that tail end of the lead draft. Also, not just Ryan Sieg is having a good run, but his brother Kyle Sieg also having a pretty solid run right now in 16th. Yeah, right now the laps continuing to wind down as they just choo-choo their way home, guys. Oh, we got 2 more subscribers, guys. 2 more. We're at 1898, guys. Only 2 subscribers from 1900. We're almost there, guys. We are almost there. Can we get there, ladies and gents? Oh, we just lost one. Oh, but we gained one back. They're playing with us right now. Also, meanwhile, they're dicing it up front once again. Tyler Reddick and Sheldon Creed trying to go low and make a pass on Daniel Hemrick. Oh, it doesn't look like it's going to stick for him, though. Tyler Reddick and Sheldon Creed look like they might be getting shuffled out now. And that just shows you that 48 and the 2 are definitely some of the stronger cars. But even by themselves, they are not able to make these passes happen down low. Tyler Reddick, though, is able to find a gap and sneak back up in line. He's only going to lose maybe a spot or 2, but Sheldon Creed doesn't look like he's going to be as lucky. Also, Brandon Jones has lost this lead draft. Now it's down to 14 cars, so Brandon Jones has lost this draft. Honestly, so far today, Ryan Truex right now is carrying the banner for the Joe Gibbs cars. It's pretty rare. That's a bit of a rarity. The laps winding down, 32 to go. I don't think anybody's going to be willing to risk making a move right now. You just saw the 48 and the 2 try to pull out together. So 2 cars working together and 2 strong cars working together were not fast enough to even make up a spot. Also, these guys at the tail end of this lead pack, they're racing side by side, and they're starting to lose the draft. Oh, Ryan Sieg going low on Daniel Hemrick. I don't know if that was actually even on purpose. It looks like he kind of just got forced down low, and the 39's popping out of line. and it looks like he's going to lose some of the track position for sure, at least a couple spots. The 48 and the 10 are going by. He's going to have a gap he's going to be able to sneak into behind the 7. So he'll slide in behind the 7 in 9th place. Yeah, pulling out a line, though, is definitely not worth it right now. It is just too much slower. Yeah, Sheldon Creed pulled out a line, and he lost the draft. Sheldon Creed has lost the draft. Now it's down to 13 cars. Yeah, it is not worth pulling out a line, guys. It is. We've seen 2 guys pull out a line, and they both have lost the draft. Also, there's starting to be a bit of a split in this draft between Anthony Alfredo and Brett Moffitt. That's from 10th to 11th place. Moffitt has a couple cars behind him, so they might be able to close in on Alfredo, but right now they're about 5 car lengths back. Yeah, it is just not worth making the move right now, unless you have a teammate behind you. Even then, though, it's a bit risky. Yeah, Mark, Gregson better be careful not to wreck the field. David. Yeah, I know. We got the Larson flag in the background. We got the Larson hat. It's a 42. And we also got the Larson pit crew shirt. So this was a shirt worn by a pit crew member, not a guy going over the wall, but maybe like an engineer or crew chief, somebody like that. Yeah, we got the Larson drip today. I am a Larson fan, obviously, if you couldn't tell. Also, Alfredo's kind of lost that top 9 draft. He's fallen back to Brett Moffitt, so now it's a bit of a bigger gap. The lap's continuing to wind down. 27 to go. Nobody's willing to make a move yet, and I think they might run single file for as long as they can, guys. I do have to say, though, right now in your top 8, you have 3 Junior Motorsports cars, so if they all pull down a line together, they might be able to make something happen. It would be risky, but they might be able to pull it off. Oh, hey, we keep going back and forth from 1898 and 1897. Guys, we're 2 subscribers away from 1900. Can we get there before the end of this one, guys? Appreciate it if you could help pull that one off for me. Also, we're up to 40 likes, guys. I appreciate it. Did not realize it was going up like that. We're almost to 50 likes, guys. Can we get there? I would appreciate that as well. Can we get to 1,900 subscribers and 50 likes? We're at 1899, guys. We're 1 away. Oh, now we're back to 1898. We're almost there. We're almost there. 2 away. 2 away. Meanwhile, on the track, it looks like your top 8 or so have kind of broken away on their own. Looks like Justin Allgaier is holding on to that last spot in the lead draft. Then there's a bit of a gap back to Ryan Sieg. And then there's another 5 cars running nose to tail. But they're another half a second back or so. So it's really just down to that top 8 right now. Unless they start fighting. Laps winding down. We'll be hitting 20 to go here pretty soon. We're at 1900, guys. 1900. We did it. 1900. Oh, my gosh, guys. No way. Oh, my God. 1900. That's like only 100 away from 2,000, guys. Okay. I appreciate it so much, guys. If you're looking on the screen, actually, if you see towards the bottom of this, or wait. If you see towards the bottom of this screen, you see that bar graph where there's that blue line. You can see over the last 28 days, we have gone from 1,627 subscribers to 1,900 subscribers, guys. We've gained almost 300 subscribers in the last month. Oh, we had 2 people unsubscribe, though. Okay. Now they're just trolling. But we hit 1,900. That's all that matters. But now, meanwhile, we've hit 20 to go. 20 to go here at Atlanta. We got 69 people watching. I appreciate it. We have 69 people watching, and we have, I think, 42 likes. Oh, 44. Okay, almost perfect. Not quite, but. Meanwhile, Austin Hill out front, still over Josh Berry, Ryan Truex, Daniel Hemrick, Tyler Reddick, Noah Gragson, Landon Castle, and Justin Allgaier. This lead draft. They're putting the 45 of Cesar Baccarella a lap down, as well as Josh Williams. This is one of the longest I think this is the longest green flag run of the day. So, yeah, these guys are slowly catching in on the tail end of the lead lap cars. They've still got a bit of a ways to go before they catch up to some other lead lap cars. Still, the top 15 are all within about 6 seconds of the leader, so. Oh, Anthony Alfredo looking to go to the outside of Ryan C. That's for 9th place. But yeah, this top 8 is just driving away right now. Not really any underdogs in this top 8 right now. I mean, I guess you would call Ryan Truex an underdog, but no underdog equipment, I would say. You've got 3 Junior Motorsports cars, the RCR car. You've got 2 Colleague cars, and then Tyler Reddick. Esteban Crack YT. Austin Hill's leading. Yeah, I remember Myatt Snyder's slip from 2022. You can actually check my reaction to that. I have a video of that on the channel, Crack YT, if you want to check that out, of me reacting to that on the live stream. I was like losing my mind. I always thought he might have just died. That was crazy. Meanwhile, they're putting the 35 and the 91 a lap down. Also, lap traffic. Also, the 91 Mason Massey got into the wall there just a bit. I mean, as these guys work around this lap traffic, that offers an opportunity for them to change position. And wow, the 91 Mason Massey's just gotten the wall 2 times now. Actually, pretty decently there off turn 4. Just got to make sure he doesn't have a tire going down or something. He's hit the wall back-to-back corners. Is he going to make it 3 in a row? Okay, not quite, but looks like he's corralled that thing now. Yeah, I agree with that one. Yeah, Mark, the 7 is the last year pick, still going strong in this one. 15 to go here, though, at Atlanta. No passing happening near the front right now. This lead draft is broken away. Your top 8 separated by 3 seconds to the next pack of cars. Oh, Tyler Reddick's looking to go to the outside of Daniel Hemrick down the back straightaway. Whoa. Gives a bit of a shot to the back of the 11. Looks like these guys aren't looking to wait around much longer, at least not Tyler Reddick. Hemrick, the guy behind him, is the guy who replaced him in the Cup Series. You got to wonder if there's a bit of a bitter relationship between those 2 drivers. The lap's continuing to wind down in your top 8. Tyler Reddick trying to find a way by. He knows you can't win this race from 5th place. Yeah, Mark, I know there's no if I was driving, I would not try to pass till like 3 to go, because if you don't make the pass happen, you'll lose the draft. But Tyler Reddick, it doesn't look like he's just going to stick around till 3 to go. Meanwhile, back in the pack, that second group of cars, they're 2 wide, 3 wide. They're all over the place. Ryan's from about 10th place to about 15th. There's about 8 cars that are... Whoa, Ryan C. got into the corner panel there. The 23, Anthony Alfredo, gets shot up the track. He's going to lose quite a few spots there. Also, AJ Allmendinger's in this pack. He's working his way back forward. I think Jeffrey Earnhardt as well. Or no, Earnhardt's not in that one, but now Allmendinger's worked his way back up to 12th place after spending a majority of this race 2 laps down. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate it. Oh, wait. Appreciate it for 1,900 subscribers, guys. Thanks. Almost. I mean, I can't believe it, guys. We have gained so many new subscribers in the last month on this channel. Almost 300. I really appreciate it. We've gained about 15 new subscribers today. I really appreciate it, guys. Almost to 50 likes right now. Can we get there? We got 80 people watching. Can we get up to 50 likes? 10 to go here at Atlanta. Austin Hill still leads over Josh Berry, Ryan Truex, Daniel Hemrick, Tyler Reddick, Noah Gragson, Landon Castle, and Justin Allgaier are your lead draft of about 8 cars. So it's a ways back to Ryan Sieg in 9th place. Those guys in that second pack need a caution. There's no way they're catching these leaders. But who's going to be willing to make the move first in this lead pack? Tyler Reddick's been looking for a way by the 11 for a couple laps now. Allgaier also trying to find a way by some cars. He's on the tail end of this lead draft, so he's not content sticking in last. He's going to be looking for a way by Landon Castle. 9 to go. They'll be coming to 8 to go next time by. Also, these guys are talking about over the radio how lapped cars, when they've gone around these lappers, how it's shaken up the running order, how it's allowed a passing opportunity. If they catch some more lapped cars, we'll probably see some more passes being made, or at least being attempted. Also, it does look like there is a second pack that might be slightly closing in on these leaders. Led by Ryan Sieg and Riley Herbst. The gap was almost 4 seconds not too long ago. Now it's down to about 3.5. They might be able to close in on this lead pack. We have not seen that happen all day, but Ryan Sieg and Riley Herbst are trying to make it happen. 7 to go. Austin Hill still leads. Then it's Josh Berry. Behind him, Berry does not have a teammate behind him to try and help, so that's the only issue he's got. Coming to 6 to go. The laps are clicking down. You're running out of time to make your move. They're going around the lapped car of Alex LeBay. Six to go. They're coming to 5 to go next time by, guys. Laps are running out. The opportunities are running out. Somebody's going to try and back up and get a run from the guy behind him. But who's going to do it? Austin Hill's just hoping he can hang on for 5 more laps and get his second win of the season. The 8 car's got a bit of a run on the 21 down the back straightaway. He's not going to do anything with it, though, this time. Coming to 4 to go. Oh, Josh Berry, I don't know. He's got help from behind with the 18 and the 11. He's going to need them to go with him, though, if he decides to make that move. 4 to go, 4 to go. Who's going to be willing to make the move? There's starting to become a gap between Tyler Reddick and Noah Gragson, so Noah Gragson might be too far back to make that move now. Reddick on the bumper of that 11 car down the front straightaway. That might allow the 11 to have a run. 3 to go, 3 to go. They're running out of time. Oh, boy, I'm trying not to look at the screen right now, guys, so it doesn't spoil it for me. Oh, Hemrick didn't quite have enough of a run off of turn 4. Coming to 2 to go. They're coming up on a lapped car as well. Will the lapped car play a factor? 2 to go. Austin Hill still out front. Lapped cars down low. He's staying out of the way. And it doesn't seem like Josh Berry's not going to have big enough of a run on the 21 car right now. Can he get a push from behind? Through 3 and 4. Still nobody's making a move. Josh Berry coming down the front straightaway. Is he going to be able to make that move? White flag in the air. White flag. Austin Hill still leads. Can he hang on for one more lap? Then just behind him, it's Josh Berry. Ryan Trix. Oh, Hemrick's going to go low on the 18. Oh, the 8 car tries to juke out the 21. The 21 goes low to block, but he's going to be able to slide up now. That doesn't seem like there's a big enough of a run coming from behind. The 21 ought to be able to block any runs that is coming. Austin Hill's going to lead it off a turn 4. Does Josh Berry have a big enough of a run? No. Austin Hill's going to win, then Josh Berry will be second. They're 4 wide for third. Truex, Reddick, Hemrick, your top 5. Oh, there's the bots in the chat, of course. Oh my gosh. What a boring race. Oh my goodness. They literally went single file for like 50 laps and then did nothing. But congrats to Austin Hill. I mean, I'm glad Austin Hill won, but that's got to be one of the most boring races I have ever seen. That was shades of the 2021 Daytona 500. Nobody made a move until the final lap, and then even then, they didn't even have a shot at passing Austin Hill. Appreciate everybody watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I know, sorry, Isaac, what a pathetic end. I know, they just went single file for as long as they possibly could. Appreciate it for getting to 1,900 subscribers. We'll stick around for a couple more minutes. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the race. Give it in the chat. Give it a number out of 10. A 10 out of 10 is a great race. A 0 out of 10 is a bad race. I'm saying 4 out of 10, guys. I'm saying 4 out of 10. This race was pretty bad. There was some good racing early on, but I mean, that final stage was so boring. Nobody was making a pass at all. Nobody even tried. Yeah, Zari Isaac gives it a 3. Mark, wasn't boring for Josh Berry. I mean, Josh Berry had a good run. He got that stage win. Austin Hill got a stage win and the race win. But now Austin Hill getting a couple more. This is going to give him actually quite a few playoff points. He gets 6 more playoff points today. So he actually will have a decent amount of playoff points going into the playoffs. But this is big for Austin Hill, his second win of the season. And Austin Hill is starting to become quite a bit of a plate racer. Mark, you give it a 7 out of 10? Also, a 4 out of 10 isn't terrible. It's just a 5 out of 10 is like average. So I'd say this is just a bit below average. Yeah, great win for Austin Hill. We'll go through some of the other results. How about AJ Allmendinger able to come back from 2 laps down to get a top 10. That's a great run for that team. Sheldon Creed, after being up front quite a bit today, is only able to get 12th. Jeb Burton, Anthony Alfredo, Ryan Sieg with top 15s. Kyle Sieg with the 16th place. That's pretty solid. Ryan Vargas, 21st. David Starr, 22nd. Pretty solid runs for those guys. Joey Gase, 26th. Natalie Decker, 27th. Man, great win, though, for Austin Hill. He led the majority. He almost led half the race today. He led 73 laps. He dominated today. But then again, nobody even tried to go at him. Phillips, a 10 out of 10 race today. 2 race wins. I don't know. I think the truck race was really, really good. This was pretty mediocre, but still pretty solid. Appreciate it if you tuned in, guys. Almost at 50 likes. I appreciate it. We'll be live again tomorrow, so make sure you tune in for that. Up to 1,900 subscribers. 1,901. I appreciate it. Yeah, 3 out of 10 for Eston, from Eston. Yeah, I agree. Esteban. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I gave it a 4 out of 10, so it was just not good. The bots. Bots. Bots, go away. Get out of my chat. Yeah. See, Austin Hill, though, he is honestly all of a sudden he's becoming like the new Justin Haley of the Xfinity series in terms of this plate racing. With this being his second plate win on the season, I mean, what can happen? I mean, what's stopping him now? Appreciate everybody who subscribed. We'll be live again tomorrow at 3 o'clock for the Xfinity Series race. Also, a couple more new subscribers, guys. I appreciate it. Don't miss out on any more NASCAR content. But now, what a win, though, for Austin Hill. This, I think, really cements him as an actual playoff contender now, actually getting his second win of the season. He'll be a threat at every plate race we go to from here on out. Eric, you got the bots. I appreciate it. Yeah, guys, make sure you tune in once again tomorrow for the Cup Series race. My friend Braden will be hosting that one. So I'll be out of town, but tune in nevertheless. Yeah, honestly, today's race started off pretty crazy, but this is like probably the only plate race I've ever watched where things mellowed out as the race went on. The intensity really didn't pick up. Sounds good, Eric. Hey, guys, so we're going to be cutting it off here, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one. And that's all I got for now. Thanks for 1,900 subscribers. I'm out.